Hi everybody, wanted to take a minute to go over the group assignment from Module 2 that has been extended to Tuesday, February 24th. This group assignment is an option of two different assignments, so you are only going to do one. It is either a WebQuest or digital storytelling. So let's go over the assignment. To find the assignment, you come to Module 2. The task list has been updated to show the correct due date. The reading folder is where you find the assignment write-up. I've already pulled it out so I can quickly open it here for you. Right here it kind of gives you an overview where it describes to you the assignment as far as it's in groups. You already know that. For your information though, the groups are all formed. They are shown to you in Blackboard, and I will jump back quickly to Blackboard. You can see right here we have 6 groups who's in each group is listed here for you. So our groups are all there for you. I did go through the introductory discussion board to make sure that I grouped everybody with similar interest as far as their program area and desired work upon graduation. The WebQuest is you're not under obligation to do this, but it was chosen specifically for school age people, and storytelling was specifically chosen for early childhood people. For reference, WebQuest information can be found in your textbook, page 86 through 87. Digital storytelling can be found in your textbook, page 96 through 98. Now, for WebQuest, you can WebQuest it's like kind of going on a digital scavenger hunt is a good way to kind of describe what that is. And one of the things that I kind of like to point out, and this is on the handout, the Word document, but here's also a way to, they kind of show this in the form of Legos that fit together. And I like that it's a good graphic description of what a WebQuest is. They always have the same components. There's an introduction, a task, a process, and you can see the process fits together, an evaluation, and a conclusion. There's also a teacher page. Now back to the document here, you'll notice that in the WebQuest, you'll see that that's how you get your points. You have to have all of those pieces. And all of those pieces are tied to points. And then I add an extra section called overall professionalism that says basically you've proofread and that you didn't put something out there full of spelling errors and grammar mistakes, and that's worth some points. So that is basically what you're doing. Now also, this is one of the links from the Word document. It's the first link. It shows you, gives you some overview. There's also a video link on that Word document that shows you how to make them and what to do. This gives you some collections, some examples, goes through how to choose a topic, locating resources, how to construct it, making a link. It gives you a guide. I mean, it walks you through the whole process right here, this link. And I give you several different ones like this. So if you don't like this one, I give you another one that shows you how to do the same exact thing. So again, what I just showed you on the internet is this link right here. Then here's another one that if you don't like the words they use, maybe you'll like these ones. Then if you're not real good at liking to read things and you'd rather watch it, here's a video that shows you how to make a web link. So maybe this is sounding kind of foggy though, so let's look at an example of what a WebQuest is. Here's a WebQuest. So this is one on penguins, and this is for first grade science. So remember I told you it has some set parts, and here are those parts. There's an introduction. So here's this introduction. Then there's always the task. Here's some task, and you'll notice that there's things that you click on. If there's not things that you're clicking on like this that are taking you places, then it's not a WebQuest. Oops, that says it's forbidden. Okay, but anyways, if you are not clicking, you're not in a WebQuest. Okay, then there's an evaluation to test and make sure that we know what we think we've learned. Conclusion, credits, teacher page. Okay, so that's just a real quick example of a WebQuest for you. And there's lots of examples. I've given you lots of them out here. Um, so again, that is what you're going to do. Now, back on our class page, for those of you who are doing this assignment, you're going to go into the discussion board, and the only people who can see your discussion board are your group members and me. And you're going to go in there and you're going to talk about picking your topic, assigning the different roles. Who's going to handle the introduction? Who's going to work on the task? Who's going to work on the process? Who's going to work on the evaluation? What's going to go in each piece? Who's, who's proofread it so far? All of those kind of things. All that is where you're going to discuss it through the discussion board, back and forth with each other. And then when you're all done, you're going to turn in a link right here in group presentations. That's all you're going to have to turn in is a link, because you're going to put it somewhere. You're going to use one of the free resources that I tell you about in this write-up here. So you're going to use them from here. It tells you about. So you're going to choose one, and then you're going to give me a link, because your WebQuest is going to be online. So that's what you're going to do. Now, if you're choosing early childhood route, you're going to do digital storytelling. So there's a link here that tells you about digital storytelling. And you could create your digital storytelling using little bird tails. You could use digital storytelling. Those are both free. You could use Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I'm using right this minute to make this video for you. So all you have to do is you have to include an original script, images that you have permission to use, and audio. So you could use PowerPoint, you could use anything you want. So you're going to have a script where you've made up some kind of a story, some kind of images. It could be pictures, literally pictures that you've taken. So say it really snows this week because they're forecasting it. Somebody in the group might run out and take some pictures. You might share those pictures on the discussion board. Then collectively, one of you might, well, even individually, I don't know, somebody might write the story, somebody might take the pictures, then somebody else might make the recording. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for the digital storytelling. You're going to get pictures, your images, you're going to write a script, you're going to put that then together and make an audio recording, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. And that's going to become your digital story. So again, you're going to want to make sure that you're having good professionalism, that your script is free of errors, and that the person doing the recording speaks clearly, fluently, without grammar mistakes to the best of your ability. So pretty simple, and all of these have different, Screencast-O-Matic is extremely easy, and all of them have different procedures on what to do, but they are all free. There are YouTube clips on how to use all of them. So any of them that you need help with, by the way, I'd be glad to help with. So all very simple, all pretty easy. Same thing for you folks as far as the discussion board. You would go back to the class just like the digital storytelling people. You'd go in your group discussion board. If you click on our group discussion board, I went ahead and created just a little something here so you could see. You will have access just like a regular discussion board, only the whole class can't see it. It's just a private discussion board. So hope that helps get you started on the assignment. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much.